What's up everybody, Sanyu here again, and this time we're going to be looking at the shaman, the elemental shaman more precise. And this is more of like a walkthrough. This isn't like a guide or anything because the max level's not 100 yet, so this is only going to be usable for about a month until people start getting up there in levels and stuff like that. And once I hit level 100, I plan on making guides for a lot more classes, but mostly I'm going to be rocking and rolling with the Shadow Priest. That was my first guide that I ever did for any kind of Warcraft thing. But anyways, enough of that. Let's get straight into the guide, or walkthrough. Let me rephrase, walkthrough. So, what really changed about the shaman? What's going on with it? Absolutely nothing. So far, everything seems the same except one thing. They lost a little bit of mobility. Let's go ahead and target this. You see how I'm casting a lightning bolt? Yeah, no big deal. Now, remember how you could cast and move? One second. Cast and move. Can't do that anymore. And the glyph is gone. Sad times. Unfortunate. And there really isn't anything else here for like mobility except for Spirit Walker's Grace, which is great, but it's on a 2-minute cooldown and you can only use it every so often. Me personally, I would macro that in with Ascendance. Just to make sure that you get every one of those lava bursts off, because lava bursts are key to everything, along with keeping your elemental blast on cooldown. But other than that, nothing. There was a thing in Mastery where it just increases your damage by Earthquake, and it also gives you like those little spikes that fly out of the ground and right into the target whenever you cast a spell. And it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a little more damage, but we're still going to be focusing on haste is what our main stat is going to be. Crit really isn't a big thing with elemental shamans, at least now it's not. But other than that, mastery, I don't know. I'm a little biased about it. I haven't seen anything. I haven't read anything on the shaman yet, so it could be anything. And I might go with like a heavy haste and multi-strike build. That's what I would like to see. But that build however you guys feel comfortable with right now. But until we get to level 100 and we start seeing like things really coming out into clarity, things are definitely going to change, and I'm hoping things are going to change for the better, because I really want to get back into the shaman. Like, this was one of my beginning classes, like back in vanilla and all that. But enough of that. Let's just get straight into it. Now, the one big thing that you have to remember on the elemental shaman is that you want to keep your lightning shield up. Now, something changed with this, and it's a quality of life change, let me tell you. Your fulmination stacks up to 15 now, instead of, what was it, 9? That is great. Like, I remember when I did play my shaman, like, it would come at the most unopportune times where I needed to fire or flame shock the target, but my fulmination was already maxed out and I needed to use it then and there. And unfortunately, I just couldn't, because you need to keep up your flame shock to make sure that your lava burst resets, because that's like one of the main functions of your damage, or the main source of your damage is through lava burst, because they always crit. Let me just give you a little demonstration. Now this one is really nice. This one has been proccing like nothing. That was the Echo of Elements talent, and I am pretty happy about it, that it shows up as a buff now instead of, see that those little spikes that are coming up, that's our mastery. That is our mastery at work. You can actually see the mastery at work. It's not a damage, well, it is kind of a damage increase, but it's also a visual thing that you can see, and I think it's badass. I think more specs should be having stuff like this, and I think it's just great. But other than that, the rotation is really simple. You just keep up your Flame Shock, make sure that that's number 1. Keep your Lava Burst on cooldown, Elemental Blast, and Lightning Bolt. That is simply it. And for a little bit more damage, you can throw down your Searing Totem. And other than that, you're golden. And boom, boom, boom. You're like a fucking turret, kid. You're like a turret, an unstoppable turret. You see, it still happens, but it's going to happen. And boom, 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 boom. Like a turret, I am loving this spec. I've always loved it. It's just, it was never like my rating spec, you know. But other than that, nothing really pretty much has changed. But the one thing that I want you guys to keep in mind while in your dungeons: dispel, 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 or decurse, 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 or remove magic, remove magic, remove magic, because that is the big thing when it comes to dungeons now. There are a lot of debuffs, and there are a lot of things that you guys need to watch out for. Eventually, you're going to have to start throwing some healing stream totems, just to help out the healers a little bit. And if you see a tank with a debuff, such as a curse, you want to decurse them, because the healer already has a lot on their plate trying to keep the tanks up. Because the tanks right now, as they're going to be leveling and stuff, the mobs are going to hit a lot harder, and they won't have the equipment to handle it now. So I want you guys to be great DPS in there, and just try to help out the healers as much as possible, because I know how much that they struggle. A lot of them do. But I'm gonna quote Preach from this. Preach Gaming. He's like one of my idols when it comes to this. He wants you to go into a group and be that baller, to take the responsibility of that group upon your shoulders. He wants you to be their Atlas, to hold the world in your hands, so that they will never know that that was even a thing, because you are an awesome baller. Yeah, that's what I try to do whenever I'm in a dungeon. Like I was doing Upper Blackrock Spire runs all day yesterday, and no one was dispelling on my Shadow Priest, and I kept throwing out mass dispels. I was the only one doing it, and it's a real shame. But other than that, yeah guys, there's not a lot to it. If you're looking for a guide, it's just spam Lightning Bolt, keep Lava Burst on cooldown along with your level 90 talent, whichever it may be. So yeah, that's the Elemental Shaman. Alright guys, have fun and take care. More guides to come.